Former Detective Sergeant David Walker of South Yorkshire Police, we've spoken a couple of times about him on this channel, who was facing the gross misconduct hearing after being accused of failing to follow up on intelligence passed to him by Jayne Senior over young girls being sexually abused in Rotherham. Well, Walker has been found by the gross misconduct panel to have acted appropriately with any information he had been handed, even though he admitted that he was parachuted into the role, had no experience and no training. Mr Walker, who retired in 2018, was among the officers investigated by the IOPC in the wake of the J report. The 2014 report found that at least 1,400 girls were subjected to sexual exploitation between 1997 and 2013 and accused South Yorkshire Police of failing to prioritise the issue. During an IOPC investigation, the IOPC discovered that 8 officers had a case to answer for misconduct, 6 for gross misconduct, and even though 5 had faced hearings and received sanctions, not a single one have lost their job or faced criminal charges. Sarah Champion, MP for Rotherham, said the result would be a bitter disappointment for abuse victims. Jayne Senior, who supplied the intelligence to Walker's team, criticised the police's handling of the case and the information that she provided. Speaking after the hearing last week, Ms Senior criticised the investigation. She said, "We put a sergeant on the stand. Where is the inspector, the chief inspectors? Where's the people who held the budgets and could have done something and made a difference?" She said the victims at the time had been treated in an absolutely abhorrent manner. They were seen as consenting to their own abuse. Then they were seen as children who wouldn't come forward. That wouldn't make good witnesses. Children don't consent to abuse. They don't consent to rape. Jayne Senior said intelligence was passed on constantly but claims it was ignored and the police attitude was shut up and go away. She added she had been proud of being a youth worker and proud of the relationship and trust she and her team had built with so many children in the area. More importantly, we believe them, she said. Children don't come to you and lie when they were constantly accused of lying because of things they were telling us were so terrible. Giving evidence earlier this week, Mr Walker said that he had been dealing with up to 180 cases at any one time as part of the specialist unit. He admitted he did not record all information sent to him on police databases, but he said details were passed on, or there was an expectation that other officers would have dealt with it. Dismissing the misconduct allegation, the panel ruled on Thursday that Mr Walker had not taken any action which fell below the expected practice at the time. He had been hard-working, diligent and professional, said misconduct chair Simon Malik. Following the misconduct panel's ruling, Rotherham Labour MP Sarah Champion said the hearing had painted a deeply disturbing picture of South Yorkshire Police's approach to child sexual exploitation through this period. She said multiple investigations over the years had found that South Yorkshire Force had repeatedly failed those they had a duty to protect. She added child sexual exploitation was treated as a low priority. Investigations were under-resourced, officers were untrained and far too often uncaring. The result was that potentially thousands of children were abandoned to abuse of the most shocking kind. David Greenwood, who represents survivors of the abuse, said the system was against those who complain. He added, "It's extremely disappointing that despite the best efforts of the brave women I represent, the police discipline system has delivered zero accountability. The system seems to be stacked against those who complain," he said. South Yorkshire Police had already lost the trust of survivors of exploitation, and I doubt whether their trust will ever be regained following this system failure. South Yorkshire Police's Deputy Chief Constable Tim Forber said it was without dispute that South Yorkshire Police's handling of child sexual exploitation before 2015 did not demonstrate the necessary understanding, care and professionalism that it does today. He added, "As an organisation, we fell considerably short of the required standards and this impacted the children we had a duty to serve. That said, it is firmly my belief that the failings were systemic. The responsibility does not sit with individual officers. This is supported by the findings today and those of the only other cases to stem from this inquiry." A horrible and disturbing series of events which no doubtedly led to more young girls being abused due to the not following up of all intelligence. Hundreds and hundreds of children's lives ruined. So sad. Big thank you to channel supporters, especially these guys. Your support is truly appreciated. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts, as I know many of you will. And until next time, stay safe, look after each other, film the police and other officials.